The infamous Black Friday of poker, how online poker crumbled overnight. On April 15th, 2011, the world of online poker changed forever in what is now known as the infamous Black Friday. This was the day when the United States Department of Justice, DOJ, unsealed an indictment against three of the largest online poker sites, PokerStars, Full Tilt Poker, and Absolute Poker. The fallout from this event was seismic, taking the poker community to its core and leaving millions of players in a state of shock and uncertainty. To understand the full impact of Black Friday, we need to delve into what happened, how it unfolded, and the ripple effects that followed. Stick around as we explore the story of how online poker crumbled overnight. What was Black Friday? Black Friday refers to the day when the DOJ shut down the operations of PokerStars, Full Tilt Poker, and Absolute Poker in the United States. This action was part of a larger crackdown on illegal online gambling and money laundering. The DOJ's indictment accused the sites of violating the Unlawful Internet Gambling Enforcement Act, UIGEA, of 2006, which prohibited the processing of payments related to online gambling. The rise of online poker. The early 2000s saw a dramatic rise in the popularity of online poker. Sites like PokerStars and Full Tilt Poker became household names, offering players the opportunity to play poker from the comfort of their own homes. The game gained mainstream attention through televised tournaments and the emergence of poker celebrities. Chris Moneymaker's win at the 2003 World Series of Poker, WSOP, main event after qualifying through an online satellite, ignited a poker boom that saw millions flock to online tables. The legal landscape. Despite its popularity, online poker operated in a gray area of U.S. law. The UIGEA, passed in 2006, targeted financial transactions related to online gambling, but did not explicitly outlaw the game itself. Poker sites found ways to continue operating, using third-party payment processors and offshore banking solutions to circumvent legal restrictions. This uneasy balance persisted until the events of Black Friday brought it crashing down. The indictment. On the morning of April 15, 2011, the poker community woke up to a shocking news. The DOJ had unsealed an indictment against the founders of PokerStars, Full Tilt Poker, and Absolute Poker. The charges included bank fraud, money laundering, and illegal gambling offenses. The indictment alleged that these sites had misled banks about the nature of their transactions and used deceptive methods to process payments. Seizure of domain names. As part of the crackdown, the DOJ seized the domain names of PokerStars, Full Tilt Poker, and Absolute Poker. Players attempting to log in were greeted with a message from the DOJ, informing them that the sites had been shut down. Bank accounts associated with the sites were also frozen, leaving players unable to access their funds. The suddenness and severity of the action sent shockwaves through the poker community. Full Tilt Poker, the biggest shock. While the shutdown of all three sites was significant, the revelations about Full Tilt Poker were particularly shocking. It soon emerged that Full Tilt Poker had been operating a massive Ponzi scheme. The company had mismanaged player funds, using them to pay executives and cover operating expenses. By the time of the DOJ's action, Full Tilt Poker owed players over $300 million that it did not have. The aftermath for players. The immediate impact of Black Friday was devastating for online poker players in the U.S. With their preferred sites shut down, many found themselves cut off from their funds and without a platform to play on. Professional players who relied on online poker for their livelihood were left in financial limbo. The broader poker community was plunged into uncertainty, with many fearing that online poker might never recover. PokerStars' response. In the wake of Black Friday, PokerStars moved quickly to distance itself from the scandal. The company reached a settlement with the DOJ, agreeing to pay a substantial fine but admitting no wrongdoing. Crucially, PokerStars also committed to refunding US players' balances in full. This move helped to restore some confidence among players and positioned PokerStars as a more responsible operator compared to its rivals. Chris Ferguson and the fallout. Chris Ferguson, a well-known poker pro and one of the founders of Full Tilt Poker, became a central figure in the scandal. Ferguson had earned widespread recognition for his success in WSOP tournaments, even winning a coveted WSOP main event bracelet. However, his involvement with Full Tilt Poker embroiled him in controversy and forced him to disappear from the poker community entirely. Despite his many accomplishments, his reputation was destroyed in the eyes of millions due to his association with the Full Tilt Poker scandal. Absolute Poker, Ultimate Bet, and Full Tilt Poker's collapse. Absolute Poker and its sister site Ultimate Bet were slower to respond to the crisis. The companies initially promised to return player funds, but faced significant financial challenges. Over time, it became clear that they lacked the resources to fulfill their obligations. The sites eventually shut down, leaving many players out of pocket and contributing to the growing mistrust of the online poker industry. Full Tilt Poker's situation was the most dramatic. The company was unable to refund player balances, leading to a protracted legal and financial damage. The site's reputation was in tatters, and it ceased operations. It wasn't until 2012 that PokerStars stepped in, acquiring Full Tilt Poker as part of a settlement with the DOJ and committing to refunding players' balances. This move helped to stabilize the situation, but could not erase the damage done to the poker community's trust. The global impact. Black Friday's impact extended beyond the United States. Many international players were also affected, and the scandal shook confidence in the entire online poker industry. Regulatory bodies around the world took notice, and several countries began to reassess their approach to online gambling. In some cases, this led to even more strict regulations and the closure of unlicensed operators. The legal battles. In the years following Black Friday, legal battles raged on multiple fronts. The founders of the indicted poker sites faced criminal charges, with varying outcomes. Some reached plea deals, while others continued to fight the charges in court. The complex legal landscape highlighted the challenges of regulating a global industry like online poker. The road to recovery. Despite the turmoil, the online poker industry eventually began to recover. PokerStars' commitment to refunding players helped to restore some confidence. New regulated markets began to emerge, with states like New Jersey and Nevada legalizing online poker under strict regulatory frameworks. These developments provided a path forward for the industry, but in a more controlled and transparent environment. The legacy of Black Friday. Black Friday remains a pivotal moment in the history of online poker. It exposed the vulnerabilities and excesses of an industry that had grown rapidly without sufficient oversight. The scandal also highlighted the need for clear regulations to protect players and ensure the integrity of the game. For many players and industry insiders, Black Friday serves as a cautionary tale about the risks of operating in a legal gray area. Today, online poker is gradually rebuilding its reputation. Regulated markets are expanding, and new technologies are enhancing the player experience. The industry is more transparent and accountable, with greater emphasis on player protection and responsible gambling. While the shadow of Black Friday still looms. Conclusion. The infamous Black Friday of poker was a watershed moment that brought the booming online poker industry to its knees. The sudden shutdown of major poker sites, the revelations of financial mismanagement, and the prolonged legal battles left an indelible mark on the poker community. However, the industry's resilience and the emergence of regulated markets are paving the way for a brighter future. As the online poker world moves forward, the lessons of Black Friday will continue to guide its evolution, ensuring that the mistakes of the past are not repeated. We hope that the lessons learned from that dark day are helping to shape a more sustainable future for online poker.